Welcome in, everybody! Thank you for your patience and chatting with me in the downtime. I appreciate it so very much. We are going to be here with our second and final best of 5 of the day. On the left-hand side, it is going to be the members of Nameless Kings. On the right, is going to be Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. And we got a little bit of housekeeping for all of you, just so you kind of know what's going on in this tournament. First and foremost, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. But if you're watching here on Twitch live, I want to give you a heads up in case you're unaware. I am dropping frames today. It is Spectrum's issue. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing I can do. Please bear with me. There might be some stuttering here and there, but we, knock on wood, have not fully dropped the stream, so you might just get a little buffer. You might get a little bitrate change, but it should be all good. Set your streams to auto. If you want the least amount of interruption. That's the biggest thing I'll mention. As we get into this draft, this is the Meta Madness style of draft, so there are 18 restricted heroes in the entire tournament. Anduin, Blaze, Brightwing, Chromie, Dehaka, Garrosh, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Johanna, Junkrat, Lucio, Malfurion, Medivh, Rehgar, Sergeant Hammer, Sylvanas, and Valla. There was no new additions to that restricted list. Now, with Meta Madness, the heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in the series, which means that if we get a first pick on Tracer, let's say, she cannot be played in maps 2, 3, 4, or 5. This is a best of 5 series. We're guaranteed at least 3 maps, so let's see what ends up happening. Battlefield of Eternity will be map number 1. There's no map bans in the playoffs. There's a buttload of maps to go through. Braxis is in there. Haunted Mines is in there. Blackheart's Bay is in there. No one's taken them yet. No one's had the moxie to take some of the best competitive maps in Heroes of the Storm. I can't say that with a straight face. But the last thing to mention, bans at the top of the screen do not carry over. So Thrall, if he's not banned away in map 2 or 3, can be played. And as I said, we are guaranteed 3 maps in this series. We'll find out if we get into map 4 or 5. This is the upper bracket final. Winner goes into the grand finals with map pick and first pick priority in tomorrow's second series, the grand finals of best of 7. Loser drops down to the semifinal matchup. That'll be our lower bracket final matchup, which will be our first best of 5 of the day, up against Exodia, who did beat out the previous team with a solid 3-0. So, let's get into it. Tomorrow morning, the loser of this series will go up against Exodia. The winner of that will go up against the winner of this series. So technically, in theory, this could actually be the prequel to our grand finals. This could literally be the grand finals tomorrow afternoon. But either way, let's get into it. Tyrael was first picked on the side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. They have first pick priority map choice, obviously coming out from the second pick team, which is Nameless Kings, with their Chen and Uther. I hope I've caught you up on everything you need to know. Whew. Imagine how much they spent on fixing it. Well, the thing is, the local manager who I talked to, he actually legitimately is trying to help. He's a really nice guy. I'm assuming he is limited by Spectrum's, I'm assuming he's limited by people above him who are like, but we would have to spend money. I'm literally banking on it being that. I'm sure he could be like, look, if we just do these 2 things and spend $10,000, it'll be fixed and we don't have to deal with this guy anymore. And they're like, but we have to spend $10,000 and I don't want to give up my my second yacht down payment. I don't know if it's $10,000, but you know, like that's it, yeah. Anyways, why give the service people pay for? It's America, you know? Tyrael, Yrel, and Deckard will be the first 3 picks on the right side. It is that Chen Uther on the left. Tracer will get banned away. Li Ming Thrall removed. Medivh, Cassia, and what? Falstad, maybe? Like, auto-attack Falstad on this map is not bad. Honestly, I think auto-attack Falstad in general is just not bad. And it works with either draft. Malfurion will be removed. Interesting. Malfurion removed leads me to believe that they're going to do a single hyper carry for Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins and pick up another bruiser as well.
I heed the voice of Illusion.
Exactly, Shy, exactly. Tyrande picked up with this Uther, though. I love Tyrande on this map. She has the Huntress Mark to reduce the armor of the objective. You can actually see Colossus Smash variant, but I doubt we see that in this situation. Gonna be a Rainer. I'm thinking this is a main tank Uther, solo lane Chen, Tyrande, Uther, Rainer, and like either something bruisery brawly, like obviously not a Thrall, but something in that department. Possibly like an Imperious, I think would be really nice here. You have a Celestial Charge, Interlunar Flare, and the stun from Uther. There's no cleanse. sorta on Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Yrel does have her Hand of Freedom and stuff. Zul'jin does have his own soft cleanse, but you don't have like an unstoppable from like Decker Kane or anything like that. Alrighty, bud. That's enough on your pause. Just being good. Last pick on this left-hand side. Cassia could be a consideration here into the Zul'jin. Like Zul'jin goes Tostitos and she just pops a blind onto him. I actually like that a lot. And Cassia Race is really nice. Yo, someone go wake up Crushinator. Hopefully he's not in a billiards tournament because we just got an Artanis, which is going to do exactly what I was thinking, but gives more race. Suppression Pulse is massive as well. That was actually a really good pickup. I was thinking some sort of blind. I like the Artanis a lot here. Let's get into it. Oh, no. All of our alerts today have been working. Why are alerts being rude to me now? Alerts? Why are you like this? Desert out here getting the Cav treatment.
Prepare yourselves for
3 times in a row? Oh, Cassie was banned? I completely missed that. Thank you. I completely missed it in the draft. On the left-hand side, as we're trying to get Desert Jester's alert to actually work here on Twitch, because I guess Twitch is also shitting the bed on top of Spectrum. We do have Nameless Kings with your Hopaka Artanis, Ubi Chen, Tyrande Scorch, Ultralisk, Raynor, Tank on the Uther. It is going to be DK Tyrael for the members of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Nano, Deathwing, Serdath, Zul'jin, Gaflo on the Yrel, and Banana is your Deckard Cain.
3, 2, 1.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Sentinel. No Sentinel hit. GG's. Desert, thank you for the tier 1 for 71 months. Sorry we could not get that alert going for the longest time. So Kalavoth, good to see you today, bud. Happy Saturday to you. Second best of 5 of the day, as the first one was literally a speed run. It was done in 69 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. Artanis is going to go Reactive Parry level 1. We do have your Precious Ingredients Chen, Lunar Blaze for the Tyrande. We also do have Veteran Marksman for the Raynor here. Wave of Light Uther, Sapphire Decker Kane, Ardent Defender for Yrel. Sorry, Dauntless for Yrel. Ardent Defenders are heroic. Dauntless Yrel. Zul'jin is going to be going into Recklessness. You got Molten Blood for Deathwing and Justice for All on your Tyrael. Molten Flames will quickly clear out the wave. Tyrael uses Alturin's Might to grab the Regeneration Globe. And speaking of Globe, let's take a look at Chen in top lane up against Yrel. They're going to have a little bit of a back and forth brawl between Ubi and Gaflo. It does seem like this Chen will slowly clear the wave. Yrel is going to pivot into bottom lane for a potential fight around this bottom lane camp. Blade Dash Phase Prism. Scroll of Ceiling going out. That'll not connect either. And it's going to be a Chen just working on top lane wave. Sentinel thrown from the bottom of the map up into the top. This is a Lunar Flare going out from the Tyrande as well. Artanis with some twin blades thrown in, or at least attacking in. Blade Dash Phase. Did you see that Blade Dash to the left in the Phase Prism? Trying to get that massive swap onto Serdath, but Zul'jin will not be pulled out of position. As we've got some massive gambles here. Holy jeez. Nicely done, everybody. Raynor, few autos connecting. That's a Sapphire. Raynor gonna hug the bottom left corner. Tyrael comes in with the body block, the Lunar Flare into DK. Raynor hugs the corner as he's able to stand up the Lava Burst and the Molten Flame. And Raynor sits on 17 stacks on his Veteran Marksman level 1. Is he gonna go Behemoth Armor 4? Of course he is. He's gonna trigger off the same stackage as well. Sentinel goes over this right side camp. Zul'jin will be scouted out by that. Bottom lane Impaler camp will be cleared away by the Tyrande or the minion wave. It looks like the minion wave gets a couple of hits in. It will clear that away as 4s are up on both sides. Darkshear.
Yes.
Congratulations on your 25 watch streak. Massive.
I shall purge your evil from this land, demon.
Alrighty, a blade dash in, a few auto attacks onto the Immortal here. Huntress mark was applied, as you see that little red dot in the center. Serdath is low, Zul'jin goes down, first blood, picked up by Nameless Kings as the Avenging Wrath jumps around. We do have Molten, sorry, the Lava Burst. I keep saying the wrong name for that one. Lava Burst activated by this Deathwing, and Raynor just tries to step out of it. He does already have a few stacks on Behemoth Armor as the swap comes through onto the Artanis. He'll be able to use the Druid's Might to back away. Fallen Shaman in bottom lane really quickly, just taking a look here. It looks like it does have targeting on the minion wave and such. Let's go back to the objective area. Earth Shatter lands onto the Artanis. Lava Burst as well. Blade dash in with the twin blades as well.
Be warned, ally.
And the first half of the Immortal phase is going to be won by the side of Nameless Kings. Hammer onto Holpaka, who gets a blade dash to the side. There is going to be a few more autos into Holpaka from Zul'jin. And this is going to be a first kill for the right side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Chen currently clearing out the Fallen Shaman, or sorry, the Impaler camp in top lane. Fallen Shaman in bottom was cleared up by tower shots, I do believe. And we get right into the race between these two sides. Zul'jin's trying to do his best in the left hand. We do have a Molten Flame from Deathwing zoning the enemy's back, a Scroll Ceiling to do the same. Penetrating round onto Gaflo, who's going to get the Avenging Wrath in. That's going to be a Savage Spin from the Immortal to push back Zul'jin as he is low on health, but as by his own devices, quite literally, he is on 1 HP. Gotta be careful of any damage coming through, but the Immortal is going to be still picked up by the members of Nameless Kings, and this is going to be going into top lane. That Impaler will be taken down just now, and we will see what siege value is picked up by these Dark Souls 1 bosses. Or sorry, Dark Souls 3 boss. My brain was doing the Dark Souls 1 boss, but Nameless King is Dark Souls 3, but... 4 Kings is Dark Souls 1. That's going to be a Molten Flame out from Deathwing. Elude's Chosen applied to this Artanis as there's a heck load of damage into Gaflo and simply decayed. Nano comes through with a Cataclysm into Earth Shatter. Lava Burst as well. Ultralisk getting run at by Serdath, who's currently on 15 stacks as the 1.1 range increase. Keep in mind, by the way, if Zul'jin dies, he does lose 3 stacks, which is 15. So it's 3 stacks off of this number here. But if you hit a milestone, it does not reset those. It's a big thing. So if Zul'jin were to die right now and drop down to 12, he would not lose his 1.1 range increase. Baha, pick me up from the airport. Okie dokie. Just give me your flight number so that way I can know when you're 2 hours away, and then I can start driving. Just like that. It's all organized. Level 10s are going to be coming up soon. Excuse me, sorry. Missed the mute. Level 10's coming up soon. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. We've got those heroics at the top of your screen. Gaflo with the Avenging Wrath in. Blade dash, face prison from the Artanis with the Twin Blades. Scrollless Ceiling finds nobody. Elude's Chosen applied to the Uthers. They're going to look to run at this Zul'jin with Raynor and friends. Avenging Wrath right back in. Shen heads to bottom lane. He'll be able to clear things out. Let's see. Bellowing Roar, Sanctification, Tostingo, a Stay While and Listen, and Ardent Defender for Urel. I'm assuming we'll see Suppression Pulse, Wandering Keg. I'd like to see Raynor's Raider because Dustwing level 20 is just such strong armor debuff and sustained damage. And range as well. Starfall from the Tyrande and Divine Shield from the Uther, and just pretty much everything I had anticipated.
I fight for the glory of the high heavens.
Alright, all heroics are here. The Immortals are on the defensive sides, east and west. We're going to pull away the talents here really quickly. For those wondering, Raynor did have 39 stacks when I last looked on his Veteran Marksman, and he has not died. He has not died. The 2 deaths on the left side are from Artanis. Speaking of Arcanus, he's currently pushing up away from bottom. Sapphire slows down this Uther. He gets rooted by Deckard, but will not be taken down by Deathwing's Molten Flames. Arcanus in bottom, hit by a Righteous Hammer, slowed by the Scrollless Ceiling. We also do have, or sorry, the Heraldric Cube, but also there was an Emerald applied. Can Arcanus get out of this alive? Nah, that ain't happening, dude. Uther rotates down here, gets a stun onto this Tyrael, and then has to back away. No, I did Desert. I read just about everything in chat, just not everything out loud. Serdath with decent damage onto the Immortal right now. Avenging Wrath back into the Tyrande. No Righteous Hammer. There it is. There's going to be a stay a while and listen, but it only catches really the Tyrande. I think Chen was initially impacted by that, but he was immediately woken up. Blade Dash Face Prism to close the distance on the Nano. Wandering Keg pushing Banana and Serdath away. Tyrael's able to jump to the side. 46 stacks on that Veteran Marksman for the Raynor, by the way. 29 on his Behemoth armor. Chen and Uther done with their level 1s, and Zul'jin currently sits at 26 stacks as a Cataclysm comes in from Deathwing. Earth Shatter out as well. Avenging Wrath onto Ubi just below. We do have the Starfall from the Tyrande, the Scroll Ceiling connecting onto this Uther as he gets low. Righteous Hammer to stun, but it won't be enough to allow this Paladin to get out alive. Lava Burst once again. We do have the Immortal low. We'll see our 50% trigger. And both Immortals really close. I think it's like a 500 HP difference, maybe a little bit less than that, or more. Blades from the Arcanus, looking to defend around their objective. They're rotating in. Zul'jin has hit the 30 mark, so he does have the double revolve on his Twin Cleave. Zul'jin drops his health bar low. Sanctification comes down from the Tyrael. A lot of allies step inside. They're going to focus on the Immortal a little bit. Zul'jin does not get pushed back by the Savage Spin of the Immortal. Immediately, Avenging Wrath into Hammer of Justice onto Yrel. The Phase Prism swaps to Deckard Cain. He'll get a little bit of a slow to Chen and the Scrollless Ceiling. The objective is going to be delayed out for the time being, but it looks really promising for the Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. As Raynor and friends are going to go straight up for the race. Can they get this in time? The enemy team sees this and they're like, all right, let's try and race it down. Ubi with a little bit of pressure onto Serdath here. Deathwing drops down and 270 HP remains for Nameless King Immortal. It goes into bottom lane. 2 Immortals inside of Nameless Kings. 4-1 in kills, though, favoring Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. And the Raynor, by the way, if you're looking at if you want to see some stats, he's currently, because this does include the 60% for that total bonus at the bottom. 227, because we ran up on decimals in Heroes of Storm. 512 extra HP. That does include the baseline 200 you get from taking the talent, or I guess you could call it a passive. Molten Flame from Deathwing activated. He is going to be zoning the enemies back. We do have a Scrollless Ceiling. Phase Prism onto the Yrel. Suppression Pulse comes down from the Arcanus. There's going to be a Bellowing Roar pushing the Arcanus to the side. There's a Divine Shield onto Uther. Ubi has enough to share level 13 for the Chen. Drinks up some brew. Sanctification from the Tyrael coming down. Can they get the kill onto Chen? He's got his stagger active. We do have Raynor trying to back away. There's going to be a root onto him. Zul'jin lands the mark with his Grievous Throw. But down this corridor, a Molten Flame is the tail end of this engagement, and nobody dies on either side. Nearly all heroics used, except for Tostingo. Obviously, Ardent Defender, because it's a 2-minute cooldown, which is just about to be off cooldown, and Gaflo might have to use that right here. Ancient Blessings from Deckard Cain in the re-engagement, and Nameless Kings are going to lose Raynor and Uther. Zul'jin now getting some siege under this bottom lane fort. And keep in mind, we're 12.5 minutes in, and this is the first structure to go down. Defense has been really good from both sides, and Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, they will start advancing through this bottom lane wave onto Keep Gate. What's up, Ruby? Next Immortal coming up, and as I was mentioning, so the Raynor, you can see now it dropped down to 218. He did get more stackage, but you can actually see now here that it's 219 technically, because the decimals we had mentioned. But the third Immortal, if my math is correct on this, which it never is wrong, is going to be spawning here on the east-west positions on race potential sides, because we naturally see the blue team's vision. So the axes over here will signify the race side for Nameless Kings. If we were to go ahead and swap vision, well, you can't see it now because everyone's kind of floating around this, but Suppression Pulse on the right-hand side slows down the race. This is going to be the first half. Actually, I was going to say the first half easily won by Nameless Kings, but that Suppression Pulse is only a 4-second duration, and it seems like it really didn't hinder Zul'jin much. I mean, it's going to be, what, 800-ish? 803? That math seems right. Yeah, 803 is the difference. Go straight up into race. Deathwing is going to... Actually, no. Yrel and Zul'jin are racing. Deathwing, Deckard, and Tyrael trying to delay out the objective, and they will be successful in this. I don't think the counter race is going to be quick enough. Beautifully done. It's a level lead on the right side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, and if you want to see the experience breakdown, there it is at the bottom of the screen as we get into this 16-15 siege. Third Immortal of the game, top lane. Fallen Shaman in bottom did get targeted by the fort. Just want to show that really quickly. So it's a non-issue for Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Serdath pushing up with Nano and friends. Let's see. They're going to get the top lane forward. For sure. Yrel comes in with the Avenging Wrath over the wall. A lot of Nameless Kings are hugging this tower. Rainer's Raider summoned. A few auto attacks go out to poke. Banshee pulled back to safety. Uther has a small Hammer of Justice. That'll land on a Gaflo, but really all we'll see. The Immortals still meleeing in. No shielding available, but this is a 15... Actually, it's a 14-minute scaled Immortal. Some pretty decent damage onto structures. I don't think this keep goes down, but it's going to be around like 60-70% HP. There's a flame again from Deathwing. Scroll Ceiling from Deckard. They're actually going in for this. I didn't expect this aggression level. I thought they were just going to back off. But it does feel like they want to. It does feel like Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins want to take down this keep. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. Bellowing Roar pushes back the Chen and the Artanis. Rainer has a stack available, and he's going to get that on to Serdath. And Earth Shatter Zones. But the big thing to mention is that 16 is almost here, and Nameless Kings want to play off of that. Unfortunately, they're not going to get anything as you take a look at the talents at the bottom of your screen. 5 kill difference. 1 to 6, 16 to 17.5. Another Phase Prism thrown out after the Blade Dash from the Hopaka, unable to get the pull. We do have this top lane camp being worked on. No one's going to get the channel onto it, apparently. Tyrael is the one to grab it. Okay. Yrel Arc Defender is used. Sentinel thrown up. The Sapphire will slow down this Uther from backing away. I think Artanis Blade dashed into the stun so that he'd be locked down in that spot to back away faster. Meanwhile, by the way, we didn't really mention this, but bottom lane wave is humongous and is going to get more than 50% of this keep at the current rate. Avenging Wrath into Righteous Hammer. Stay a while and listen. Interrupted by a penetrating round. Tostingo. Sorry, not Tostingo. Divine Shield applied. The Bellowing Roar comes out once again from Deathwing after the Cataclysm, but he's unable to get displacement on the enemies that he's hoping for. And now the Immortal, the fourth Immortal, if we counted right, is going to be spawning in defensive positions. You see shielding on the left, axes on the right on your minimap. Because as we said beforehand, it signifies the blue team. If we were to go ahead and swap visions, you would actually see the icons on the minimap swap right there. Always a little tidbit to teach everybody about. This little visual sort of thing. And you can see this in your own game, obviously. But in your own game, the Immortals will be signified to your side. It's not gonna... You don't see the blue side spawn or anything like that, because you are the blue side. Stay a while and listen. Ready to go. Tostingo and Sanctification as well. Starfall, Wandering Keg, and Suppression Pulses. We do have a multi-flame coming through. Zul'jin dunking in some axes right now. The Wandering Keg from Chen will be activated. The Starfall is going to expire soon. The Wandering Keg pushing people around. And the Phase Prism misses. Serdath with 54 stacks on this Zul'jin. And a fort in bottom and top still remains in favor of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. As a reminder, this is the upper bracket final. Winner goes to the grand final with map choice and first pick priority in map 1 of tomorrow's best of 7 grand finals, which will be the second series of the day. We are in the second series today. Last best of 5 as we have a stay a while and listen. Ardent Defender. Uther does go down. No level 20 for Redemption. Zul'jin continues to donate axe after axe as we do have a nice Cataclysm in. Bellowing Roar. Ancient Blessings does come through, and an auto attack from Deathwing chomps Artanis down. Chen will be sent back to the Hall of Storms. So we do have Raynor trying to back away. The Righteous Hammer chasing in. Tyrael as well. Scorch is the target of this chase. The Lunar Flare connects onto 2. Zul'jin 65 stacks currently, as the first half of this Immortal race still needs to elapse. And if this Immortal, well, not if, when this Immortal is won by Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, they will go into bottom lane. Since the bottom keep is more well defended, Yrel actually might just go try and get top lane keep for the constant catapult pressure, little more experience from the structure, and more passive experience gained to get to 20 faster as well. And Raynor's going to work on this Immortal just to try and reduce some of its armor ever so slightly. As that is top lane keep down. 20 is going to be inching in faster for the members of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. They actually get it right here, so. Seraphim, Respect the Elderly. We do have the Amani Resilience. Uther activating Benediction there as the Eldruin's Might was thrown into the bush. Stood in fire, by the way, for the Deathwing at level 20, and the Holy Arena. Alright, let's see. There's a flank from Ubi Uther. Stay a while, captures 3. Suppression Pulse comes through during all of this. Sanctification down to the ground. The Ancient Blessings will be activated as well. The Immortal is pushing in towards the core, but the team fight is still breaking out. We will have the Blade Dash to review the enemy's Divine Shield applied to this Artanis as he looks to try and take down somebody, but the blue health bars are the real low ones in this engagement. Artanis goes down to the Old Man Decker Kane Wong. We do have Uther and Chen falling as well. Raynor slowed, Tostitos activated, and that is Raynor taken out. Scorch, the last defender, as core shielding is breaking, but it does look like Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, with a very controlled map number 1 in our final best of 5 of the day here in the upper bracket final of Meta Madness number 9, will be victorious. And as I said, very controlled game. They lost 1 member. They didn't even lose a structure, or major structure. Well done, GG's. Very fun game. All right. Oh, you know the dealio. We're going to go ahead and roll out some ads right now. I will remember to do it this time. And we can talk about some random stuff in between games. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day. And what's everyone going to have for dinner tonight? I'm going out for Taco Bell after before D&D. I am getting a nice little Taco Bell box of food before D&D, so that way I'm nice and full, and I've got good energy for the 4-hour session. Sorry, I need to text back to the Spectrum guy because he's actually communicating with me, so I'm trying to get back to him fast enough. Okay, there we go. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I'm communicating with the Spectrum guy because he was looking at my node and everything. Apparently my node is healthy, and he was getting SNRs. I don't know what that means, but either way, we are in it. We are in it. Map number 2 of our final best of 5 of the day here in the upper bracket final of this Meta Madness. Day number 1 of... I mean, today's the second to last day of the... big tournament for Heroes of Storm. We will not be having a tournament next weekend. Next weekend, we'll do something on Saturday, but Sunday is going to be cooking stream. So, 28 heroes are unavailable. We have the 18 restricted from the tournament, and then the 10 that were played in the last maps. A Cursed Hollow. We'll be seeing a Maiev target ban, ETC target ban. The end of Gremlins made me cry last I watched it. I forgot about the ending, and it made me really sad last night. No, Cat Beach, I'm with you, bud. I was, yeah, like, I had completely forgotten the ending to that movie, and I was like, oh, that's a bummer. Well, a Nubarak ETC will be target banned. We're going to be seeing a restriction on our tank pool for this map number 2, Cursed Hollow. Nubarak shut down with Cocoon. Stage dive probably with ETC also as control. Thrall will be removed. Now, this does give the opportunity for a first pick Kerrigan. Kerrigan has been seen quite a bit. Her poke and control and dive on this map is not too bad. Though it is quite a big map, so getting the stacking. First pick Abathur? First pick Abathur? Wow. That's not what I was expecting, but it's a first.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
For the good boy.
Big Sid, thank you for the tier 1 for 3 years. Thank you for the 3 years support. I appreciate that greatly. Massive, massive. Thank you so very much, Big Sid. Hopefully you're doing well today. Bandit, you got another sub today. All the subs for the bestest boy. Muradin Ariel will be your first 2 picks. The Abathur first pick is still, I'm still reeling from that. It's all right. I feel like it's not like super common. At least this early on. What do we want to get with it though? They're gonna lean into an early Samuro or something? Like, Abathur Samuro is really disgusting. Cassia Varian. I mean, it's just really good ultimate evolution targets already. Varian's not too bad. Double Cassie is really good. Just because you have the attack speed buff, the ability damage buff, the movement speed buff. I mean, Varian, you know, you have a charge and a Lion's Fang, but no taunt, obviously. Ban-wise, as we get into the mid-ban phase, I doubt it's Vikings. I could be a Samuro ban, but I think maybe a healer ban. Something that can play aggressive in with this. Yeah, Stukov, like, Varian charge taunt into Lurking Arm is pretty nice. $250,000 gamble on the Abathur. Where's Kaimo Tripson to win his points back? Poor Kaimo Tripson. Too busy doing fun things to watch Heroes of the Storm. Li Ming is going to get banned away on the left-hand side. Stukov removed as well. With the Muradin Ariel into the Cassia Varian Abathur. I feel like you want to maybe... Is there a consideration for Vikings, maybe? From Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins? Like, Sir Death does play a really good Vikings. They play a really good Samuro as well. I just think something to counteract the Abathur Global Soak would be really nice.
Let's fly. Zarya, ready for duty.
Falstad with the Zarya Ariel Muradin. I would be okay. So they're probably not going to go Vikings then. I would assume it will be some sort of bruiser in that last slot. Could be like an Imperious, the Yorick. Urel cannot be played because she was played in the last map. Diva could be played potentially too. She does have some zoning and control around all of this. The Falstad is really nice though, the Gust and everything. Curious to see what Nano's going to go into, if it's going to be Q, auto. Wow! Illidan with the Abathur hat. The old classic, as we get a white mane coming through as well. Nearly... Oh wait, no, never mind. I was going to say nearly a full WoW draft, but Cassia's Diablo. Obviously Abathur is StarCraft too. With the Ariel, Falstad Zarya. I think it's going to be a bruiser for the last pick. I feel like they still need... Well... Maybe... Yeah. I like the Zool. Wave clear is really good. You got a Bone Prison onto Illidan to kind of lock him down or maybe force him to dive away from you. Either way, channel points... sorry, the Twitch prediction's going right now. There is currently more than 250,000 channel points on the Abathur team of Nameless Kings to give us a 1-1 score after this Curse Hollow map. Let's see what we got. Here we go, everybody. Map number 2. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. I love you all very much. Also, if Arthas would have been really cool call, I agree, actually, because Arthas into Illidan and Cassia would have been such misery for them. Yeah, good call on that, bud. Also, if anyone happens to work for Blizzard or knows anyone at Blizzard, if you could put a good word in for me for BlizzCon 2026, that'd be appreciated. Looking for all sorts of assistance in this one here, chat. I am gonna do my best to be at BlizzCon 2026 to cast, because it literally makes sense. But let's get into it. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins on the right, up in this best of 5 series in the upper bracket final. Nano Zarya. We've got a Gaflo Falstad, looking at a Banana Ariel, DK on the Muradin, and Sirdath playing your Zool. Left side is gonna be the members of Nameless Kings with the Ultralisk Illidan.
5,
Tank on
4,
Cassia.
3,
Holpaka is
2,
your Varian.
1.
Ubi, Abathur, and Scorch. Side-saddled White Mane. Falstad hammering goes out. Another W build? Another W build Falstad. Second W of the game. Hazu earlier got to, if memory serves correct, he got to about 32, 34 stacks. He did not hit the second milestone. I know that for sure. So let's see if Gaflo can get past Hazuab's stackage here. Because according to Crankle, it's OP. But then when I asked Hazu about it, he goes, well, it's really good in Storm League, but in competitive, it feels weak. So there's that. Falstad flying up into the top lane. Lands on a Toxic Nest and will almost go down to Abathur Hat, pressurized glands and stuff. It looks like we do have Falstad hanging around in top lane as Zul is split out to go help with this right side camp. As I drop more frames, I have dropped a total of 71,000 plus frames today. As again, sorry everyone for the drop frames, nothing I can really do about it. I have messaged Spectrum. They said they're watching my stuff. I'll restart my router modem after stream today, but my assumption is it's not on my end. I'd hope not. Siege continues in through this mid lane onto the fort gate. Gate will be opened up a little bit. Particle grenades poking out. Cassia fends in once again. Hammerings out from Falstad. This is going to be Holpaka. Very low. Camp is pushed in still. Holy crap. Illidan's currently working on the Zul on the right side. There's a Bone Prison onto Illidan. He'll be hit with a hammering. Ultralisk dives to the side, but will be taken down. And first blood to Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, as the Gamble's still got a minute 10 from when you're hearing me talk about this. So Zul will get another wave pushed up onto the fort gate of top lane. Falstad soaking bottom. Taunt from Varian with the Abathur Hat onto Zul, and he does go down. Another kill picked up by Gaflo. Sorry, by the first kill, sorry. Picked up by Nameless Kings. My apologies. Said that one backwards. Sorry, we're having a lot of frame drops. I'm doing my best to manage. Banana, so low, so is Nano, but no kill into the Azaria. Only had 3 to 4 seconds to drop frames after you mentioned it the first time, but an hour ago. Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I don't know what the output looks like, so I'm just hoping that it's good enough that it's watchable. Holpaka delayed by Muradin. W applied to Holpaka. Stormbolt lands. Bone Prison there as well. Banana delayed up by a Lightning Fury. Already 28 stacks on that Lightning Stroke level 1. Make it 30 now. And Banana gets first of the 3 tributes for the side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Gaflo will be hearthing out to go deal with bottom lane, I do believe. And no flight available for 18 seconds. I was curious. Particle grenades poking onto the fort gate right there. Barrier applied to Muradin. He'll be getting a Thunderclap down the ground to Tame Strike onto the wall. Third stack of repeated defense for the Ariel. As Illidan has a wave push up into bottom. So Falstad, he's going to apply a W and try and stick onto Falstad, or sorry, onto Illidan. So Illidan will give over a couple more stacks over to Gaflo. 13 currently. Illidan dives over the wall with Abathur Hat applied. Fort Gate is being taken down. But it looks like Illidan, he'll actually continue to siege in the bottom lane. Peeking back into top. Bit of poke onto the heat or the fort gate. Tame a strike into the wall right there, and our next tribute will be top left, so that means our third one is going to be bottom left. Sorry, bottom left. There we go. Framing sometimes. A little off. Thanks, Shy. I appreciate you, bud. Ah, good old wall of bones from Zul. I'm a fan of it. But we do also have Reaper's Toll level 4, so we'll probably see the Echoes of Death and Decrepify as well as the Mortal Wound at like 13, 16, 20. I would assume it's going to be a full Scythe build for the Zul. Amplified Damage and Bone Spear could be the pickups as well. It's just this level 4 kind of leads me to believe that we'll see more Scythes. Mule Abathur, as expected, it's going to be healing up in mid lane. Does 90 health per second for a total of 40 seconds? Yeah. Charge taunt onto Falstad. He has to barrel roll to the side. 17 stacks on the level 1 as Illidan. Bone Prison applied. Zool trying to clear out the wave, so Illidan will take some tower shots from minus armor. Unfortunately, Illidan's able to dive through the side wall and back away safely. Tower shot does land, but he does have his evasion active. Diving back into Zool, back through the Muradin, who does tap well. And we're going to see our 10 Talonteers in just a moment here. Stormbolt in the bush discovers the Varian. As I mentioned, the third objective being on the bottom left. There is a chance that this is given away for Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins to get 10 Talontier and find a better positioning on the fourth objective spawn. What is Illidan's level 4 talent? I didn't see it. We'll cycle through all this and I'll take a look. What's up, Ton Matt? How you doing today, bud? Nano low, dove in by Illidan, and that'll be a second kill to the left-hand side. Gust Resurrection. No Crystal Aegis, okay. Avatar, Resurrection, Gust, Skeleton Mages, and Zarya has not taken a 10 yet. I'm assuming it's Expulsion Zone. Ball Lightning was picked up by Cassie and utilized here. Scarlet Aegis, Ultimate Evolution, and Hunt Illidan as a third kill goes over to the left-hand side of Nameless Kings. Hey, they want this map number 2. Sorry, they want to enter into map number 3 with a 1-1 score, but we got a lot of Curse Hollow ahead of us. And we'll see what ends up happening here. Decent damage onto Falstad from the very end. He's going to charge in once again, but will not be able to take down the bird. But yeah, level 4 for the Illidan is going to be the Hunter's Onslaught. Basic abilities heal for 35% of the damage dealt they deal, and this bonus doubled versus heroes. And he also went to the Unbound, still another 5 stacks on that one to get the secondary charge of Sweeping Strike, but baseline Sweeping Strike can now dash through walls, as you just saw it right there on the left-hand side of your screen. Falstad continues to push things up in top. Mules from Abathur mitigating any of that siege damage early on onto that fort. Minion wave here is going to get some damage. As Illidan passes through this mid lane wave, he will hit his level 1 20 stacks, which jumps to 40 since you get the additional 20 from finishing up the quest. One of the only quests and talents like this that scales, at least in the numbers, as you pick them up, is that's a hunt in onto Gaflo, but Illidan smacked him against the wall. Muradin Dwarf Toss is in as well. Stormbolt, I thought I saw a Stormbolt right there, but it's not going to connect. The Bone Press is there, and that will be a kill onto this Varian. 23 stacks for your Falstad, as he may have gotten a little bit more, because if a hero dies under the Dishonorable Discharge or Lightning Rod effect, you actually generate 2 stacks, so I might have had a W applied right there. But Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, they are going to get this curse, and I expect at least 2 forts to go down. Mid and top, at least with the current setup right now. Why are we working on the... DK, what are you doing, dude? Why are you hitting... Why are you hitting the retreat tower? He's like, ah, dude, I'm getting those stats, everybody. Oh, are they going for a keep? I like the call, but there's a flank from Varian. Dwarf Toss and Gust is good from this Falstad. Zool's in the bottom lane. Offset fight, Expulsion Zone, zones the enemies. That is going to be a lot of damage onto the Illidan. He does finish his Unbound, dashes through the wall. He's going to dash back in. Banana with a Sacred Sweep. Banana so very low. Self-cast Resurrect immediately. Ball Lightning from Cassia broken by the Falstad, as we do have Hobak on the point, but Nano is here as well. Zool has joined into the fight from bottom lane for getting the fort taken down. Illidan falls on the left. Varian is picked off as well. Cassia does not die to the W damage, but she's going to get caught by a Bone Prison. Scorch is so very low. Skeletal Mages are summoned, and that'll be Ultimate Evolution cleared away. The mid lane fort will fall as well. Top lane keep almost taken down by this absolutely massive minion wave, and it will go down. Humongous play out from Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins in this mid-game of map number 2. Saying, look, you guys had a small advantage in the beginning, but we are just going to invade and run you down. I mean, sub 10 minutes, we're seeing 3 forts and a keep taken down. That is really good. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, they want a speed run today, it looks like. And so do they double boss? Because boss and bottom is grabbed, left to be cleared by the enemy. Falstad currently working on Siege Giants for bottom lane. 29 stacks for him. For those who don't know the milestones off the top of their head, there it is at the bottom of your screen right now. Milestones are 20 stacks for 30 damage increase, 45 stacks total, reduce the cooldown by 2 seconds, and have an additional 75 damage, so that's 105. And then at the fully stacked pinnacle reward, number of strikes increased by 2, and the final strike stuns for 1.25 seconds. Now this is the second dishonorable discharge I've seen. First was earlier today from Hanzo, and I mean comparatively at 10 minutes or so, I think this is about the same amount of stackage. The Infernal game where Hanzo ran this Falstad was also a very quick map, so we might actually be seeing that here. I mean, boss through top lane, going into core, 16 talent tier to almost 15. So you got talent tier advantage, level scaling. I'm assuming there will be 15 talent tiers slowly picked up for at least that, equal to a level of scaling in this defense. We do have a Detainment Strike into the wall, ball laning from Cassie going out, Varian trying to back away, Hunted from Illidan, trying to create a little bit more space as Hopaka did get that Scarlet Aegis. Huge damage onto the Illidan as he dives inside. Boss is on core, starting to work through the shielding. Stormbolt onto Whitemane is going to be good. DK wants to take down the healer, but won't find it as Illidan's harassing the backline. Ultralisk dives to the side. Boss Slam will come through, and Illidan goes down to Zarya. Burden Dwarf tossing in will be able to set up the kill for Falstad. The core shielding is breaking. They are bonking it. And at 11 minutes and 56 seconds, the members of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins speed run map number 2. Jesus, my God, the games today are just flying on by. Well, Towers of Doom, map number 3 in this best of 5 series. Currently, the members of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins lead the charge with a score of 2 in this best of 5. It is the upper bracket final. Loser goes down to the lower bracket final. Tomorrow morning, they'll be the first best of 5. And if they win that, they go into the grand finals. So as I said earlier today, this could be the precursor to or this could be basically the grand finals tomorrow. It really just depends if the loser of tomorrow's first best of 5 beats who the loser of the first best of 5 tomorrow is. Because you do have Exodia waiting down there to potentially make their way into the grand finals. But either way, Towers of Doom, there are currently 38 heroes unavailable, 18 from the restricted list and 20 from the heroes that have been picked and played. Come on! That's so rude. That's so rude. Cho being banned away. Bummer. So, a lot of heroes will be unavailable as we get into this. Technically 33, because Cho'Gall counts as a double ban, so it won't be the 32. But there's 90 heroes available. Signal to noise ratio, maybe. It's signal of the data. It's the strength of the data signal from your modem to the provider compared to the background noise. The higher the decibel value is, the better. Oh, okay. That kind of makes sense to me. Thank you, Shy. I appreciate that, bud. Cho'Gall banned away, Stitches removed, Medivh also banned out. Is there a consideration for Kerrigan or Thrall? Wait, was Thrall played in map 1? I can't remember. I think he was already played. I know he was played in the first best of 5 in map number 1. But either way, what are we gonna say? Like, Kerrigan has been pretty scary to go up against, but it's going to be a Zeratul band. So first pick was chosen by Nameless Kings as the losing side. You're too poor to do another max gamble. Well, maybe someone in chat has a max gamble that they can put out. Maybe someone in chat who just won a buttload of points can be like, you know what? Maybe I do finally do that max gamble. What do we got here for this next pick? Okay, so it is Thrall, okay. I honestly could not remember if he had been played in map 1 or not. So Thrall will be picked up here. First pick on the left-hand side for Nameless Kings. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Will they consider the Kerrigan here? I do like Kerrigan on Towers of Doom. I think the aggression is really nice. Ultralisk can be a nice poke tool. You also have just lot. Wow. It's a pretty early Vikings with a Li Ming. Good poke from her around the objective. Reset potential. Longer the objectives go, the better it is for the Vikings team. So Li Ming poke is really nice to lay out objectives. Vikings can go soak lanes. There's the Kerrigan. I was hoping we'd get it. Kerrigan does come through with Ana as well. Nano boosted Kerrigan, probably. I would assume at this point, I don't think Thrall's going to be in the 4-man, or sorry, in the solo. I feel like Thrall will be in the 4-man, because typically it's... You could see Echo the Elements, but I don't see, like, anybody taking Echo the Elements outside of, like, 2 teams in Heroes Lounge. I've casted 2 Echo the Elements games, no Crash Lightning, it's all Maelstrom Weapon. So they'll get rid of a tank here. I don't think Thrall's going to be in the solo, but Echo the Elements in the double soak is really nice. I'm not going to lie. But ETC will be banned away. No control out from him and such with Power Slide, Face Melt, Mosh Pit, or Stage Dive. Ban-wise onto the right. What do I want to get rid of? Maybe like a Nubarak for his Cocoon and stuff. I don't think a Nubrak's been played yet. They'll get rid of Tracer. Okay. Sustained damage from Tracer is really good. Mobility is really nice to be able to kind of dive around some of the CC from Thrall, Kerrigan, and Ana. You can check on your modem page, but they typically only show the downstream of your ISP. Can see the upstream. And well, so the thing that I actually took a photo of and sent to my Spectrum guy is literally my OBS, like, drop frame network, 89,000. So I literally, like, my CPU usage, disk space available, all that kind of stuff, FPS, frame time, blah, blah, blah. I took a photo of that and I just sent that to him. So I don't know. I literally said, I don't know if this helps you, but this is what I see. Diablo Lili with the Li Ming and the Lost Vikings. Raymane Anubarak. There's the Anubarak. So they wanted to grab it on the left-hand side. Lili, Li Ming. I feel like they need like some sort of sustained damage. Besides the Li Ming. Lunar could be picked up. No, I don't like Lunar on this, actually. What auto attacker? Actually, you could consider an Alarak here. You could consider an Alarak potentially, just because there's a lot of really good displacement into the Diablo already and stuff like that too. So you could maybe get a silence as well. But Malthiel last picked here. All right. Mobility is good. They had the Vikings for the other lanes. The Malthiel's kind of interesting. Let's see what ends up happening. Gaflo's got the Gremlins with a little bit of a weird draft. What's up, Coffee with Miller? How you doing, bud? Yeah. Phrasing. Well, you got 4 minutes on the clock. Get your gambles in on your beliefs. We got nothing on this just yet, but let's introduce the players, as this may be the last map of the day. There is a chance this is the last map of the day, and we just speed ran today's games. On the left-hand side, down in this best of 5, it is going to be the members of Nameless Kings. Ubi playing your Thrall Hopaka on the Anubarak. We've got a Tank, Greymane, Ultralisk Kerrigan, and Scorch Ana. Right side of the map looking for a clean 3-0 and to shut things down. And knock the members of Nameless Kings down to lower bracket from this upper bracket final. It is Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Serdath will be playing the Olaf, Balog, and Eric with their Mastery skins, the Lost Vikings. You got DK on the Diablo, Banana, Lili, Nano, Li Ming, and Gaflo will play your Malfurion.
What are you waiting for?
Maelstrom weapon, as we had talked about. Yep. Nubrak is going to go to Nerubian armor. You've got Fury of the Swarm for Kerrigan, Slumber Shell Zana, and Viciousness Greymane. Diablo, Soul Shield, Aetherwalker Li Ming. We are going to be seeing Olaf the Stout for the Vikings, Serpent Sidekick for the Lili, and Malthiel's Fear the Reaper. I'm not sure if I clicked on a blue member quick enough. We'll see here in a moment if the Vikings are going to be picking up globes. But Kerrigan will be in the double soak right now. She'll be trying to get her baseline quest done as quickly as possible. Already at 14 stacks. She got max mid lane, max top lane, 7 minions per wave, 3 archers, 3 melee minions, and 1 mage, as it's called. Or globe unit. That's another, I've heard it called that way too. So Nubrak will be scouted in this bush by Li Ming. Kerrigan works on the wave, and that'll be pretty much what goes on for that. But we do have sapper camps grabbed on both sides. It looks like the right side camp of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins will be cleared away quickly here. Magic Mist is poking out. Oh, it's freaky. It's not guaranteed, but Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins did speedrun map number 2 with like 11 minutes and 56 seconds, I think it was. So it's been a bit of a speed run today. We're in the second best of 5 of the day. The first best of 5 of the day took 69 minutes. Yeah. It's like these players are like, we got shit to do. The winter solstice is tomorrow. Which, by the way, happy early winter solstice, everybody. Burrow looking for Nano. Sidesteps the Burrow charge. A Sleep Dart goes onto Diablo. His Soul Shield is activated. Fire Stomp's coming out. Arcane Orb smashing into the enemies. And Kerrigan continues to soak. I mean, 42 stacks. You get another wave right here in mid lane. And it's a bit of just back and forth poke, but the first objective will be announced here in 5 seconds. We do have a lot of dive damage onto the Diablo. He is going to get hit with a Body Grenade, which reduces the healing that he can receive by 100% for 1.75 seconds. And with it being Slumber Shells at level 1, Overdose at level 4, usually it's, I think, Night Terrors is the talent at level 7. I don't think we're going to be seeing the anti-healer to increase the healing debuff to a 2.5 second duration. But it's a triple altar phase, the RNG location being in the center of the map. 1 kill on the left-hand side by Nameless Kings. Ultralisk will get the channel here on the left-hand side. Right side by a Viking. Wait, Eric! He's so swift! He's so brave! It's literally, I mean, he's Eric the Swift. So they have... This delay is not going to continue much longer here on the left-hand side. This is going to be Eric able to hurry up and... Is he going to go for one more delay? No, okay. Greymane is going to zone him. Looks like Ubi, by the way, did finish his Frost Wolf Pack level 4 off of a mid lane Viking. And Balog is going to go down. My brain read Balrog, and I was like, why did a Street Fighter character get in here? Nubrak burrows in, but the charge does not find CC value. Li Ming answers with an Arcane Orb, but that also misses. A Blinding Wind from Lili does get activated. She does have Serpent at 1 and 4 and good to go level 7 for her cleanse, which is going to be that 1 second unstoppable, 40-second cooldown. And Let's Go cooldown affected by Fast Feet, by the way. Another Viking will fall to a Kerrigan. By the way, she does get extra stackage. Minions grant 1 stack and heroic kills grant 7. So that Viking kill might have jumped her up a little bit more, as we do have Firestorms out from Diablo. Soul to Flame level 4. You've got your Eternal Flames level 7. I always flip those two. Kerrigan's hit her first milestone, by the way, so she has 125 additional damage at the 85 stack mark, and she's working her way to 150 for the extra 200, so a 325 damage increase in total when she hits that 150 mark. That laugh means the boss is up. We're 5 minutes in game time, and we've got level 10s coming up soon. Let's cycle through the other numbers, as I'm sure you want to see the damage, healing experience thus far in Mat 3 of our final best of 5 of the day. Diablo gets a Shadow Charge into the Greymane, and he gets popped so quickly. A Viking gets taken down in the trade, but I mean, getting that Greymane kill is nice. Banana Channel, not interrupted. Oh, does get interrupted by the Impale in time. I actually thought it was going to be just enough. The Nubrak doesn't have enough delay. He will burrow in. The Kerrigan Primal Grasp combo does not land. Lily gets the channel. Magic Missiles fire in once again. 28 to 36 in core HP, leading in favor of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Alright, Diablo is going to have his reduced soul consumption. You don't see the soul stone underneath his model, so he's not at 100 souls just yet. But it is Lightning Breath play again, Wave of Force, Last Rites, and Jugs from Lily. Jug of 1,000 Cups. Right side can't grab. Left side is just now respawning, and DK is going to step into the bush, see the Anubrak to see if a Shadow Charge. Nice! Sleep Dart from Scorch. Creates the space for whole pocket to back away, but this invade is not going to happen. Cocoon. We have Eye of Horus, Ultralisk, Curse Bullet, and Sundering for the Thrall. As this top lane camp will be grabbed, Vikings will just clear it away in lane, I do believe, unless Greymane plays aggressively. Malfurion, though, flanking into the Greymane. The Vikings are selling it like, look how low I am on HP. As Curse Bullet lands on a Gaflo. Diving in once again. That's a Last Rites, and Greymane read his Last Rites by the Gaflo, who will help out the Vikings clear out this Sapper camp in the top lane. Back in the bottom, there was a kill onto a Viking through mid. An Overpower from Diablo comes out onto Nubrak. A Sleep Dart connects on the main. Cocoon, Sundering, Cleanse from Banana was so on point. Jug of 1,000 Cups, but Nano unfortunately steps out of it. That's going to be a combo on to Lily from the Kerrigan as well, and Diablo slept by the Dark Root, and is there a Boots? Fire Stomp heals up a little bit. Another Feral Spirit locks him down. Spider Grenade going out, and Nubrak and friends will take down the Lord of Terror. And it's looking like a very plausible 28 to 28 game after the subjective phasing. Greymane gets left. Eric may delay out a little bit here, but I don't think Kerrigan... Well, actually, hold on. Diablo's back. No, I think we're just going to see... Hold on. Shadow Charge onto Thrall. Overpower's there. Arcane Orb connecting with Triumvirate reset value. Wave of Force to try and create space for DK, but this is a very low Diablo. Ultralisk Kerrigan is low. Li Ming wants the reset, and the Vikings will not provide it in time. Last Rites will guarantee that kill onto Ana. Reset for Li Ming, but a Curse Bullet and Greymane. Dive goes in. Lily jugs DK with this... What? Shadow Charge into Overpower, and Li Ming is saved by the jugs during all of that. Is it boss plus objective? Oh my god. Serdath Viking gets the channel. Boss will be grabbed here. Kerrigan up in 6. Ana just respawning. Greymane up at 9. 8 minute 30 in.
This round is mine.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a 12-point game. 20 to 32. What in the heck, man? Dude, Banana Lily, let's go. Insane. Also, the Viking tracker's not working properly. There's no way the Vikings only have 12 globes at this point. That'd actually be insane. Yeah, Viking tracker not working. Yeah, the Vikings have triple the globes at 36 currently. As, Curse Bullet, Sundering, DK is low. Eye of Horus goes out. Lily caught inside the Cocoon, and she will be taken down. I don't see a world where she has the fast feet for this one. She pops the jugs and still gets taken down. Self-cleanse with the inevitable end. Level 13 from Malfurion allows him to mitigate the Anubrak damage. As another Viking will be lost to Kerrigan. She is done with that baseline quest, so she has the 325 extra damage. Yeah, 325. That's a lot. Ravage does, like, a fifth of a Viking health bar nearly. But it is Tower's Doom. Even though it's a 12-point game, double objective phase coming up next, and if both objectives get channeled with this bottom bell tower held by Nameless Kings, it'll be a 2-point game at that point. See if they can do this. See if we can rain in 10 shots into Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Kerrigan in top lane will be scouted on this, and there is a rotation into her. Surdath will try and delay things out, but it's not going to work out. They will kill the Kerrigan, though.
Take the altars.
I can't see how she gets out of this alive. She would need the biggest sort of escape ever. Last rites? Oh, last rites? Okay, no, it gets activated afterwards. So, as I said, it's a 2-point game. Kerrigan goes down in top lane. Ultralisk will be cleared away. Melissa, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that, bud. First time message and a kind message at that. Thank you, bud. Happy Saturday to you, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, lurking, chatting, all that good stuff. Overpower from Diablo coming through onto the Anubarak, but he gets slept by the Ana. And we have a triple altar phase coming up next. This bell tower will get converted. Well, maybe not, actually. Anubarak is hanging around. But there is this sort of pincer moment happening. Sundering from Thrall, Cocoon onto Diablo, Malfield diving in, Jugs from Lili activated. Vikings jump up in the sky for a moment. Scorch goes down. That's a reset for Li Ming. Ubi will be the next one to fall. The Fort Tower shots onto Diablo reduces armor, and Greymane wants to play into that, but he just cannot make something happen. And a double kill picked up by the side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. But this Bush party over here. This Bush party, though. Li Ming, does she check the bush? A burrow from Anubarak a little early. Diablo is going to come in for the flank from the top lane. Shadow charge onto the Greymane. There was a last rites onto the Anubarak right there as he tried to back away. Ultralisk on this Kerrigan, tries to bullet a few enemies, but will be taken down. That is also going to be a reset for Li Ming as they do not chase it further onto Greymane. And I think, are they going to steal away Sapphires here on the left-hand side? We are 12 minutes in game time, and the objective hasn't been fully channeled yet, or the timer for the objective hasn't elapsed, so we can see center teleport opening up and the keeps, or forts becoming keep value. We're looking at 12 shots into the enemy core, and it's now going to be a 14-point game.
The altars have risen.
Boss, by the way, up in 1 minute 6 seconds. Surdath, then maybe he. Oh, I have Horse may have delayed a little bit. So now it's a 10-point game currently, 12-22. But I assume this is going to be grabbed. Yeah, Anna's delaying, but she's going to run out of Horse stacks. Greymane's here, but I mean, Anubarak is, well, actually he's on his way. Surdath does get the channel. 8-22 in the core HP. Cleanse onto Diablo as Anubarak comes through. That's a Sundering from Thrall as well. Arcane Orb, Jugs completely activated. And that is DK taken down. Cocoon onto the Li Ming. Unfortunately, there's no Primal Grasp. Impale value. Last Rites takes down Ultralisk. The Chrysalis is activated. Li Ming goes down to Greymane. I can't believe it. But Diablo is back. As I said, a 14-point game, 8-22. Boss, you can hear it laughing right now, is up and available. Malfield dives in, rooted by Thrall. 37 stacks, by the way, on that level 1 for the Thrall. Yone and Cocktail missing onto the fort right there. Kerrigan in mid may take down a brave little Eric here. Ravage, Primal Grasp, and Impaling Blade misses. Diablo reinitiates on a Thrall here in bottom lane with that Shadow Charge. Last Rites up and available. By the way, 5 stacks on Last Rites. The rare 5 stacks already. I don't think I ever see stackage this high on a Malfield. 62, by the way, speaking of stacks for the Vikings, as a Baylog does go down. If you're curious, there's the regeneration rate. So 45 regen per second with these 63 stacks. So, single objective plus boss is GG. 20 talent here on the right side. Repulsion, Hellgate, Vikings with Fury of the Swarm. We have Mistweaver for the Lili, and it is also going to be your No One Can Stop Death for the Malfield. Last rites will guarantee Hopaka, actually. Li Ming needed to come in for a little extra damage. Cocoon onto the Malthael will be broken out. Fire Stomp from Diablo. Malthael diving into Greymane. Hellgate from Diablo focusing onto the Ana, and she will go down. A Viking trying to get the channel. Kerrigan looking for the big YouTube play onto Gaflo, but the jugs from Lili. The jug of 1,000. Nope, says Ultra. Wait, Ultraless gets the kill onto Li Ming. Viking almost takes down the Greymane. I can't believe it, but 4 HP remains. Are they going to go for boss? Kerrigan, Thrall, and Greymane to defend. We have Vikings play again for the boss here. They will scout the Thrall. Olaf, large and in charge. Level 16 gets the stun onto Ubi here. Shadow Charge from Diablo activated. Greymane goes down. Vikings will hurry up, and it's the call for boss. Kerrigan, Thrall, will you join your friends in Finland? Kerrigan's going to save her KDA, it looks like. Thrall will as well. Kerrigan looking for a flank. They're going for it! Sundering down for 7 more seconds. Thrall goes in. Last rites takes him down. Kerrigan ravaging in. Kerrigan will be taken down, and that is a... Oh, it's not a Finland, because there is a respawn onto Ana and the Anubarak. GG, well played. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2 best of 5s are a speed run this afternoon, or morning, wherever you are. But GG, well played. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins will be advancing into the grand finals for the best of 7 grand finals tomorrow with a map 1 choice and first pick priority. That is unfortunately going to be our stream today. It was a bit of a speed run. I need to get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and reset my router and modem, and hopefully that helps out a little bit. But either way, thank you everyone so very much for lurking, chatting, being you, being here.